Hello everyone. For this edition of our Skyrim videos, we're going to be doing something a little bit different today. While we usually go over a handful of mods, this time we're going over something called a mod pack. If you was at my previous live stream for Skyrim, I may have mentioned that I use a mod pack that was made from Lexi, the Lexi Legacy of the Dragonborn. And I'm going to go ahead and show you what that is and how to install the mod packs that are available using a tool called Wabbajack. Wabbajack is a tool that downloads custom-made mod packs to your own game and will allow you to run multiple modded games at the same time. This is very useful if you are constantly modding Skyrim and you don't want to go ahead and download the essential mods such as the unofficial Skyrim patch, Sky UI, etc, etc. In order to do so, what you need to do is go over to your browser and type in wabbajack.org. I already have that here, and I'll have it in the link description down below if you want to click on that. And then you'll go ahead and hit the download button. This will give you an exe file called wabbajack.exe. Go ahead and run the installation, whichever folder you prefer. Whatever folder you install the Wabbajack file and you run the executable, that's the file that the executable is going to install the folder. So whatever one you choose, you'll get a folder which has the latest version, which in my case is 2.1.3.1. And inside that folder, you're going to be looking for the wabbajack.exe executable. So go ahead and click on that. And here you'll be the Wabbajack program will open. You'll have three options here, which is the browse mod list, install from disk, and create a mod list. We'll go over the browse mod list here in a second, just to kind of go over what the other two do. If you go over to the Wabbajack website, which I'll go ahead and open back here, and head over to the gallery section, here you can go ahead and take a look at the mod packs that are available. So for this example, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the Lexi's Legacy of the Dragonborn unofficial. Go ahead and hit view, and this will bring us to a small page here, which will also give us a Google Drive file. This Google Drive file will have a complete installation guide, so you want to follow this guide to the T. This will tell you that how to install, reinstall certain mods if you need to, customize your mod configuration menu, so on and so forth. So it's highly recommended that you go through this before you start installing the mod pack. Once you've read through everything, go ahead and head back to the Wabbajack file. And if you've downloaded it from the gallery, go ahead and hit install from disk. However, you can also go to browse mod list. And this will take you to that same gallery page that I showed you a while ago. So from here, we're going to go ahead and select one that we already have installed, because I'm not going to take the time to install it because it may take a couple of hours. We're going to hit the install mod list button. It will open up the installation page again. Make sure you read through that. It is very important. And then from here, you will have three places that you need to three directories, sorry. One is the target mod list. This will already be done for you. This is the loaded file that we have, the Wabbajack file. The next is the installation location. What you want to do is go ahead and hit the target path. And what I've done is I've created a Lexi's Legacy of the Dragonborn folder, and go ahead and install inside of that folder. And once you select the folder, it will go ahead and autofill the next target location, and it will create a download folder within the folder you created. So for example, go ahead and hit that, and then that download folder, it will download all of these folders here. I'm not going to go ahead and explain what each one of these does. And then once you're ready, go ahead and hit the start installation, and essentially you can just walk away and let the installer do its thing. I'm not going to do the installer because I've already ran the game. Or I'm sorry, I've already installed the file, so I'm not going to have to go through the installation. So if you want to pause the video here and go ahead and let the installation run, and then you can come back to it a little bit later. But if you've already done that, go ahead and go into your install folder, and I have the Legacy's Legacy of the Dragonborn. And inside of the folder, you will have a modorganizer.exe. Now my screen is going to go black for a second just because I have to run through administrator. And yours may take a while to load because you're downloading or uploading essentially over 600 mods, so it may take a while to load up everything. But as you can see here, these are the list of mods inside of Mod Organizer. Some are checked, some are unchecked. I would definitely read the installation folder to see which ones you can uncheck and check. And before you go ahead and start the SKSC file, what you need to do is inside of the folder file, there'll be something called game folder files. You need to copy these files here, and then inside of Mod Organizer, open up your games folder, and then copy those files inside of your game folder. It is very important that you do that because it will have files such as SKSE and other important files in order to have the game run successfully. Once you've done all that, go ahead and run through Loot, and what Loot does is automatically organize your mods in the best order possible, so that way they'll have the best compatibility and less likely to crash back to the desktop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and run this version of my game, which is the Lexi's Legacy of the Dragonborn, and then I'll go ahead and open up a second mod pack that I've installed, which is the Elder Souls, and I'll go ahead and show that in game as well. Alright, so here we are inside of the game. For those who watched the last live stream, you know what area this is, so we're not going to talk about that. But you can go ahead and go to the mod configuration menu, and as you can see here, here's a list of mods that are tied into the mod configuration menu. Quite a list here. So what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and open up my Elder Souls, and I'm going to go ahead and show the same thing. I'll go ahead and just show the main menu, and then I'll show the mod configuration menu to show you that these are indeed two different games, essentially, or two different modded games. Alright, so here we are at the main menu at the Elder Souls Special Edition version. As you can see clearly, we are inside of a different game, but I'm going to go ahead and load my character and just kind of show off briefly the mod configuration menu, just for demonstration purposes. Alright, and now we are inside of my Elder Souls game. As you can see, the UI is completely different, as is more accustomed to Dark Souls. If you go to the mod configuration menu, and if you wanted to go ahead and read through this, you can see that there is quite a different list of mods inside of the mod configuration menu. And that's one of the more powerful things you can do with this tool, is that you can have essentially 2 to 4, 6, depending on your hard drive space, different modded versions of Skyrim that suits your own taste. So if you wanted a super hardcore intense version of Skyrim, there's a mod pack for that you can install. If you want one that just increases the graphical fidelity of Skyrim, great for screenshots, not necessarily gameplay, there's a mod pack for that as well. So it's a very powerful tool, and I highly recommend you check it out if you are either getting brand new into Skyrim and you don't necessarily know how to do a lot of the troubleshooting issues, or if you're a veteran like myself and you just want to get a quick mod pack to get you started. That way you can build upon that yourself. And the last thing I'm going to briefly touch upon today is creating a mod list. Like I said, I'm not going to go through the entire version of how to create one. That's just more of an introduction. So if you go to create a mod list, you will have the information here that you can use to create your own name of the mod list, the version number, so version blah 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 blah, and then authors. As you can see here, all the information is going into the actual profile picture here. And if we wanted to get a random picture, I'm not going to be using this, but as you can see, that creates a picture there from the list of pictures that I have. The website, if you have your own website, and if you have a README file that you've created just for like installations and mod author credits and stuff like that, you can use that README file here. And if you use mods from the Lovers Lab place, definitely make sure you check this. It will inform the people installing this mod that there is not safe for work mods installed. And then from there, you will have 3 more directories. The first one is the modlist.txt. And from that, you can go to your modded games folder, profiles, or I'll go ahead and go to the beginning of this to kind of show you. So for Lexi's Legacy of the Dragonborn, wrong folder. We're going to go ahead and go down to profiles, and then modlist.txt, which is the mod list file, which has all of the mods that are installed in your game. And then from there, the download location. This is the folder where Mod Organizer 2 downloads your mods. So there's the downloads folder here, and that's where all the mods are going to be downloaded. And then the output location is where you're going to output the target path for the Wabbajack file. So once you have all that selected, you can go ahead and hit the start button here. I don't have mine correctly set up, but those are the files that you have done. And plus, I believe this is already a mod pack, so it's not going to let me create a mod pack out of a mod pack. But you go ahead and get those folders set up, and then hit the start button here, and that will output a Wabbajack file that you can upload over to your own personal website, or if you have a Discord. But before you do any of that, I highly recommend that you speak with the mod authors of the mod that you're using to create your own mod pack, Some of them do not like using mod packs, and that's for good reason, as it does present issues that they are not able to fix simply because you're using their mods with a plethora of other mods that they usually don't use whenever they work on their mods. So if you have any questions about a certain mod that is within a mod pack, I need to stress this. Do not go to the mod authors page if you're having trouble with the mod within a mod pack. What you need to do is go over to the Wabbajack Discord and ask for help there, as they're the ones who are compiling these mod packs together, and they will have the best answer to give you for a mod not working with a mod pack. Again, if you have a question about a mod that is within a mod pack, do not go to the mod authors page. For example, if we was using a mod from Gopher, one of his immersive HUD mods, and there was an issue with it within one of the Wabbajack mod packs, I do not go to Gopher and ask him for help. He did not create the mod pack. What you need to do is go over to the Wabbajack Discord and ask them for help in regards to that particular mod. So hopefully this was informative. Hopefully this piqued your interest in using the Wabbajack tool. I think it is a very useful tool, and the cool thing is it's not only useful for Skyrim Special Edition, but also has folders such as Fallout 4, Skyrim VR, Fallout 4 VR. They even have one for Oblivion and one for Morrowind as well. So even some of the older games have mod packs, and may dabble in the Morrowind updated version of this. I believe it's Moist. And what this is, it basically gives a graphical update to Morrowind. So I may check this out as well. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I know it's something a little bit different than what we usually do when we talk about Skyrim mods, but I thought this was a really cool tool to introduce to you guys if you haven't seen it before, or if you're not too familiar with it. If you want a more detailed explanation, there are plenty of videos on YouTube. I will try and link one or two down below that gives a more broken down version of what I've explained. This is more so just an introduction to the mod and why I use it, and just to kind of go over briefly how to start your own mod pack adventure. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that subscribe button and bell notification icon. Also like the video and leave a comment down below. Are you a user of the Wabbajack mod pack? If so, what is your favorite mod pack from the list? Mine so far has been Live in Skyrim 2, and I'm really feeling the Legacy of the Dragonborn mod pack. Those so far are my two favorites. I will catch you guys in the next video.